Good morning, teachers and friends. We are from SIP Group 5, consisting of Mil Ting, Ong Xiaowei, Yu Jing, and I, from secondary to 5th, and today we will be presenting to you on our scientific investigative project.
This is the list of content that we will be presenting to you today. The aim of our experiment is to find out what effect washing detergent and temperature has on the growth of bacteria.
We have two separate hypotheses, one for the effect of washing detergent on the growth of bacteria and the other one on the effect of temperature on the growth of bacteria. Our experiment is also split into two parts. We used 3 different temperatures to test out the effect of temperature on the growth of bacteria, and we used Top for the brand of washing detergent that we utilized in our experiment. The type of bacteria that we use is E. coli or Escherichia coli from the school science lab.
Here is our abstract. Escherichia coli can be harmful, and we hope that through our experiment, we can find out whether Top is a suitable brand of washing detergent in terms of removing E. coli and what is the best temperature to incubate food at to prevent minimal E. coli growth. Our results show that Top is useful in removing E. coli and that the lower the temperature, the lesser the amount of E. coli colonies.
The abstract is basically a summary of our entire experiment, and we want to find out if different temperatures and Top can affect the growth of E. coli. At the same time, we are also finding out whether Top is useful in terms of removing E. coli and which temperature is the best at preventing E. coli for growing, so we can inform others what is the optimum temperature to incubate their food at.
Here is the introduction of our experiment. E. coli can be found anywhere, especially in the intestine of animals, especially mammals and humans. In worst cases, this form of bacteria can lead to diarrhea, kidney failures, and even deaths. Thus, we have decided to conduct an experiment on how washing detergent and temperature affects the growth of E. coli with two separate hypotheses. Based on our literature review, there were more experiments conducted on the effect of temperatures on the growth of E. coli than the effect of washing detergent on the growth of E. coli.
Here are the 4 parts to our method section. The apparatus we used are an incubator, agar plates, E. coli from the school science lab, and washing detergent provided by Germain. Here are the independent, dependent, and constant variables. This is our procedure.
Here are our precautions. We made sure that the constant variables were kept constant and that we do not contaminate the agar plates by coughing or sneezing directly into them. These are our final results. They are presented in both tables and bar graphs. These are the pictures of the results of our experiment.
For the effect of temperature on the growth of E. coli, we have found out that the lower the temperature, the lesser the amount of E. coli. This contradicts our hypothesis, in which we expected the amount of E. coli to be lesser at a higher temperature. However, E. coli seems to grow best at the highest temperature, 37 degrees Celsius. Our literature review also mentioned that E. coli actually grows best at around 37.2 degrees Celsius because it is the nearest to an average human body's temperature. Our hypothesis should have been changed to when the temperature of the surroundings is closer to the human body's average temperature, the number of E. coli colonies will be larger and more. We cannot change the hypothesis to the higher the temperature, the more E. coli colonies, and the better the E. coli growth, because there has been no research done stating that E. coli can grow better at higher temperatures. There has, however, been one research done on the growth of E. coli at 45 degrees Celsius. In the process, long growth occurred, making the results unreliable, and thus we cannot conclude that E. coli grows better at higher temperatures.
Our hypothesis is that with the presence of washing detergent, there will be a lesser number of E. coli colonies. Our results support our hypothesis, and we can conclude that top is indeed useful in terms of removing E. coli because there were no E. coli colonies present on the agar plate with top, although we left the plate in the incubator at 37 degrees, which is the optimum growth temperature for E. coli. After our experiments, we have come to the conclusion that E. coli grows the least at 0 degrees Celsius and that its optimal growth temperature is 37 degrees Celsius.
We can also conclude that top is useful in killing bacteria, as in the past experiments conducted on how useful various soaps and detergents were in terms of removing bacteria. The results showed that they could not effectively remove all the E. coli, while top could.
Here are our references and acknowledgements. Any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.